If you're looking to sink your teeth into five really, really wonderful, really slim titles of Spanish language horror or horror adjacent fiction, I've got a couple of recommendations that I don't think you can do without. Important note, I said slim, I didn't say easy. So if you're trying to read them in Spanish and it's not your first language, I encourage you to do so. These are going to be great and they're worth the effort. But I don't mean to say that they're for beginners necessarily. Just if you're looking to expand your horror horizons, these are some that I would recommend. We've got the man himself, Horacio Quiroga. This title is Cuentos de amor, de locura y de muerte, stories of love, madness, and death, if it gives you a sense of what's in the book. This is an Uruguayan author, late 19th, early 20th century. I think he passed in 1937 or something like that. This is a collection of short stories, which includes one of my favorites, The Feather Pillow, it is in English. It's sort of like a proto-vampire story, and I really highly recommend you pick this up if you want to see where it all started for Latin American horror. Now, I understand that calling La Invención de Morel by Adolfo Bioy Casares a horror novel is going to ruffle some feathers. To me, this was a deeply scary book because it dealt with such deeply scary topics like loneliness, madness, the question of existence, and if the perceptions that we have of the world around us can actually be trusted. Very thin, like all of these, but this one in particular is a very quick read that is not an easy read, I wouldn't say. I love this book because you don't know how to approach it. The conceit is that it is the edited, compiled, and published journal that was found at an island. It's supposed to be the witness account of a runaway prisoner who explains circumstances on the island as a runaway that there's no way to verify posthumously. I can't say any more than that without ruining it for you, but this is sort of sci-fi, psychological. I would call it psychological horror. And if you wouldn't, I guess let me know in the comments. Another one that is horror adjacent, I would say more gothic, is Pedro Páramo by Juan Rulfo, a Mexican writer. This is a powerful, powerful book that talks about legacy, land, our relationship to society, and society on that land. There's a lot of ecological themes in it, even if they're not super, super in your face. This book is from, I think, 1955. It is also a masterful novel, regardless of what genre you're trying to read in. It is truly, truly a magnificent story. It starts off just the story of a guy who is in search of, I guess you would say, his roots, his he has questions about his family, his father, and he shows up where his family came from and finds that it is a ghost town in a very literal sense. Yeah, go read it. It's really magnificent. Then there's The Sanctuary by Gustavo Eduardo Abrevaya. It was translated originally in 2003 as El Criadero. I have the English language translation from 2023 here. It was translated by Andrea Labinger. So this is if a detective novel and a horror story got smushed into one. The fact that it deals with power dynamics and the way people in charge take advantage of the people that they're supposed to be protecting in order to prop themselves up and do really horrific things. Actually, now that I'm saying that, it's actually quite a timely book. I think you should go read it. It's really a lot of fun if your idea of fun is trying not to get killed. Last but not least, this is Este es el Mar by Mariana Enriquez. I don't believe that it's been translated yet. It came out in 2017 in Spanish in Argentina and I think 2018 in Spain. It is the story of an entity that wants to bring to fame and then to atrocious downfall an individual, because it sort of is how these entities gain immortality or worship for themselves. They need to feed off of the emotions of worshippers, and no one worships more than a hardcore fan. And I can say that from experience. So those are five titles. If you're looking to expand your horror chops, you want to read some more in Spanish, I think you should go check them out.